Kincaid. Kincaid is him. Dalton Kincaid came out and exploded in week number 8 on Thursday Night Football. I couldn't be more ecstatic for the man dropping a massive load on screen. Congrats to everybody that has the man known as Dalton Kincaid. 5 for 65. Let me just make sure I got the right stats here. Refresh. 5 for 65 and a touchdown. Could have been a lot bigger. Let's be honest. This was a good game. Very good game for him, but it could have been a great game for him. He had 2 other touchdown opportunities. He wouldn't have got both of them because they're both on the same drive. But essentially, and maybe the second touchdown wouldn't have happened if the first one happened. So you never really can I think, connect those things. But he could have had 2 touchdowns. Dalton Kincaid was given 2 red zone opportunities on the first drive and then scored another additional touchdown. Had a nice toe tap play. The dude looks legit. The Fantasy Football Show, Thursday Night Reaction Show, Dalton Kincaid to the Moon Show. Dalton Kincaid to the Moon Show.
To the moon.
Begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Live when Dalton Kincaid decides to explode and be an absolute gem in your fantasy football lineup. What a man. What a monster. What a myth. What a legend. Dalton Kincaid, ladies and gentlemen. Dalton.
Mashed potatoes! Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, that goes out to every single one of you that stayed the course. There are a lot of panic Peters that probably ran away from Dalton Kincaid before this kickoff. And what do we say the entire offseason? And I have to take a mini lap a little bit. I mean, I have to be honest that it took this long. I did say repetitively over and over in the offseason, he will be one of the most dropped players that was drafted high, like in the top 8 rounds, 9 rounds. He'll be the most dropped player because people will not be patient. They will be impatient Ians. They will be panicked Peters, and they will drop this man. And Kincaid, once the surgery to Dawson Knox, IR 4 games, he'll be out minimum, was announced. Everybody tried to run to the waiver wire. But my people, the majority of every single one of you watching had Dalton Kincaid, and you didn't stray. You stayed the course.
Mashed potatoes! Yeah, buddy.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. I don't even have my right camera set, do I? You can't even see me as I do a standing ovation. Let me redo this. Dalton Kincaid to the moon.
Mashed potatoes! Yeah, buddy.
Here I am thinking my cameras are set right. Dalton Kincaid is a monster. And let's just look at this game log really quickly, and I'll show you the numbers. Josh Allen was really good in this game, but didn't quite, like, he had the numbers. It was, you kind of wondered if he was going to do more. Like, he could have done a lot more, but you can't be, greedy with a 3 touchdown total performance out of the man known as Josh Allen. 2 touchdowns through the air, 1 INT, 324 passing, and again, the 1 rushing touchdown. We knew he'd get on his horse. We did miss 2 of the hires. I had a lower on Rachaad White and a higher on the sacks. Did he end up getting... no, I got the sack one correct. This one right here. Did I end up getting the Mike Evans one? I'm not sure if I did on the Mike Evans over. I don't think I did. 3 sacks taken, Baker. That seemed like a pretty good lock. These 2 were the really fun plays. 40 yards rushing over Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Make sure you get on over to Underdog Fantasy and hit that promo code, which is in this link right here. And we're going to be drafting maybe tonight, but they'll match up to $500 in your first deposit. They'll double your first deposit up to $500. And these higher lows are fantastic. They're so fun. to drop like a 5-player high or low pick 'em and nail things like this. And if you get 5 out of 5 correct, you can turn $5 into $100, $10 into $200, etc., etc. But Josh Allen had a day. James Cook, 67 yards, 1 catch for 6 yards. Pedestrian, not horrible, but not good by any means. Josh Allen, again, 41 yards on the ground. Lat Murray got 5 carries, but only 7 yards. But it was probably frustrating for James Cook owners to see this man in at the goal line. Lat Murray would go in at the goal line. Shakir had a day, 6 for 92. Gabe Davis was on fire in this game, 9 for 87 and 1 touchdown. Diggs did pretty good. He didn't do amazing. He left a lot on the table, a lot of meat on the bone. But, 9 for 70, you can't complain too much out of that outing. That's a pretty good outing. And Dalton Kincaid, 5 receptions, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. One more time.
Mashed potatoes.
Again, could have been 2 touchdowns at least. It wasn't, but it is what it is. And it's a nice little shot, a little taste, a little shot glass of what is to come for Dalton Kincaid. Fantastic outing. Now the Tampa Bay Buccaneer players, there was some good and bad, obviously. I'll put that up on screen here in 1 second. Let me transfer this over to my computer because I was trying to airdrop this to myself. Let's do it this way. Let me pull it up, drag it over. Here we go. So we had Baker Mayfield dropping a 2-touchdown affair. 0 INT, surprisingly. 224 through the air. Rachaad White was 9 for 39 on the ground. Baker had 19 yards rushing. Godwin had a 14-yard rush, etc., etc. Rachaad White, 6 for 65 through the air. So all in all, Rachaad had a nice little day. Like that's 12, 13, 14, 15, like almost 16 points, 15 to 16 points depending on your scoring format. That's actually pretty good. On the ground, he didn't explode, but he had a good little day. I thought he'd go under that yardage total. I was wrong on that, but what a nice little performance out of him against a tough Buffalo Bill defense, which there's some dings and they're banged up a little, but still thought they would have played a little tougher against Rachaad. And I thought that they wouldn't be running a ton, which they didn't really run a lot, but just utilizing him throughout the game, he had some pretty successful runs. But Rachaad was definitely getting the passing volume. Chris Godwin, 5 for 54 and a touch. Evans got a nice little tutty, 2, 31 and 1. Salvaged their days with the scores, but wasn't as good as this Buffalo Bills side. Although again, I think a lot of Diggs owners felt like he left a lot of meat on the bone, like I said earlier. So, man, week 8 already off to a nice little start. Thursday night games have been pretty decent to us, ladies and gentlemen. Monday night games have been a little rougher. So this is good news. We got the first super chat of the day coming from Avon. Avon to the moon. Avon, appreciate your first super chat of the day. You get a standing O.
Let's go. Mashed potatoes.
Avon, let's go. Appreciate you. Started Kincaid last second in multiple leagues.
To the moon.
No, the thanks is all on this side of the table, pal, because you are here. I work for you. Without you guys, no one would listen to what I'm saying. I'd come on here, I'd go live, and there would be crickets. So the thanks is all on this side of the table. All right, congrats to you, Avon, for doing good work today. Start Burrow or Stroud this week. Stroud's pretty safe, but Burrow's, higher risk because of the cab, but I'm not sitting Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's a stud. Start 2, Brain Robinson, as a lot of people call him. Brian Robinson, Najee, or Deonta Foreman, Dell, or Elijah Moore. I'd probably say give me Brian Robinson and either, I don't know, I guess Brian Robinson and either Najee or Deonta Foreman, depending on the news with Roschon, how much volume he'll get. He did clear the concussion protocol, so we got to play that by ear. I don't know if I trust Najee, but it does still feel like an equal part risk, equal part reward to start him. Like 50% chance that if you bench him, he's going to do something. But I don't know. What is he really? I don't know. I just don't trust him. I'd say maybe Tank Dell is the crafty play here. Like if you went Tank Dell and one of the running backs, which case I think we need to wait until later in the week to lock down the RB. It's a tough question to answer right now. I'd say in a vacuum right now, this second, you know what? Give me Dell and give me Brian Robinson, the brain, for safety. And then we kind of wait and see on Foreman. Kincaid to the moon, baby. I got him in 5-2 team on a 5-2 team. Slayer, nice job. Nice home run tonight. Congrats to you and your win that you're on your way to collecting. Ron Navy with a $20 hauler. Hit the pick'em tonight for $700. Ron dropping fire. Ron, let's go. Ron to the moon. $20 hauler too.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Ron Navy to the moon. $20 haulers. I get in a rep. Perp's coming in with the $20 hauler. Perp says, Smitty, the content comes through again. Just dropping league winners Kincaided. Get Dalton Kincaided, baby. Get Dalton Kincaided.
To the moon.
Appreciate you dropping a 21.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
This is a little off here. There we go. I think we're better. Okay. We got the triceps working tonight. Appreciate you, Perps, for dropping the 20. Ron Navy, thank you for dropping the 20. You guys are both unbelievable. And then one more 20 from Kerry. Kerry says, Kincaid celebration. Super. Thanks for your guidance on him. Quick question. Pick 2 this week. Amari Cooper, Watson, Tank Dell. Without Watson, I feel like... without Deshaun Watson, I feel like Amari's risky. But he still could get fed properly. I would say right now, Amari and Watson are like the logical picks, but for some reason I want to go Tank Dell this week. And so like Tank Dell and Amari, or Tank Dell and Christian Watson are probably the way I would lean, but I don't know, to be honest, whether it's going to be Amari or Watson. Can we hit this one later in the week as well? Right now, in a vacuum, I'm going to say Dell and Amari as we await Christian Watson updates. But he practiced in full. He doesn't appear to be injured or hampered. So I think we'll flip around. Thank you for the 20.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
We're doing it live, working out live as the super chats come in. I also want to address this. If you've got Dalton Kincaid and you've got Kelsey, if you've got Evan Ingram and you've got Dalton Kincaid, if you've got a player like Kittle or another tight end like Goddard and you got Kincaid, now is the time to move one of them. You have to try and attempt it. And if you started Kincaid, you're going to probably want to trade the one you didn't start so you can benefit this week. If you didn't start Kincaid and you've got 2 tight end options now, then your trade won't go through till next week. Or, you'd end up screwing yourself with the tight end position. But I think you need to start exploring trading away your other tight end unless Kincaid can garner a lot of interest, which he might. And we'll have to see how excited people get about him. But that's also something we need to talk about tonight. A lot of you are going to have Kincaid in another option, and you're going to need to do some trading. Amazon Joe, hit that thumb up button. We have 500 plus people in here and only 77 thumbs up. Those are rookie numbers. Pump up those numbers right now. Pump up those numbers right now. Please. Appreciate you. Have a trade offer. This is Amazon Joe. To get Rachaad White and Murray for Bijan and Cam Akers. There's come on, man. Like, Amazon Joe, why are you going to trade Bijan for Rachaad White and Murray? Is this Kyler Murray or is this Lat Murray? Rachaad White and Kyler. I still don't do it. I still don't do it. If that's Lat Murray, what in the hell are we talking about, Amazon Joe? If this is Kyler, it's tempting. I need more details about your quarterback situation, but I probably still say no because I still firmly believe in Bijan. Bijan is not anywhere, or shall I say, Rashad White's nowhere near Bijan's level. Hit Underdog, pick him for $180. Thanks to Mike Evans.
To the moon.
Awesome job, Manny, doing it live. Appreciate you. Ron Navy hit a 700. Ron Navy's cleaning up. $5 hauler. Picked Kincaid back up like you said, and now he's on the moon. He's actually not on the moon. I have a confession to make. I was wrong. He's not on the moon. He traveled all the way to Saturn. And the man is sitting on Saturn. He took a wrong shuttle. He didn't land on the moon. And when I said Kincaid, Dalton Kincaid, please report to the moon. Dalton Kincaid got on the wrong shuttle, and he heard a right for departure. We're going to hit Saturn in 3 hours and 45 minutes. This man landed on Saturn, and he's sitting over there twiddling his thumbs, waiting for week number 9.
Where's your mashed potatoes?
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate you. T-Law, Burrow, or Kyler Murray this week. You got to go Burrow. You can't do this Kyler thing week 1 out of the gate, out of the box. ACL recovered quarterback. That's very exciting for people that lost a quarterback, but you got Burrow. You got to go Burrow. This week, yeah, flex Sharps, Roshan Spears, or Jeff Wilson. I'd probably say Jeff Wilson right now, but we have to kind of wait and see how healthy he looks. But fantastic options, to be honest with you, with everything going on right now in fantasy. 6-1, Hurts, Bijan, ETN. This is a $10
To the moon.
hauler from my boy Anthony. 6-1, Hurts, Bijan, ETN, Amon-Ra, Higgins, Kincaid, Mostert, Bench, Pitts, London, Sharps, Kyler. Any trade ideas? Love to get JJ. I mean, what can you do? What can you do, bro? London and... I mean, to get JJ, you can't really... Like, Mostert and Higgins. Mostert could have maybe got you this last week before the week kicked off. JJ was a little further away from coming back, and Mostert was coming off monster value. Now Mostert's got questionable value. I still think he bounces back, but he's still very injury prone. So like trading him away wouldn't be crazy, but I don't think you can really get JJ unless you give up like Amon-Ra, and I don't know if I want you doing that. Bijan, ETN, Hurts, no, I don't want you doing that. If you can get rid of like Higgins, even Kincaid, like off the high right now, if you can get JJ using, let's say, Mostert, Kincaid, and London, I would explore that. But that's your only move unless they need a quarterback so badly. Kyler now enters the equation here. If you could trade Kyler and Mostert, Kyler and Higgins and London, past that, there's nothing you can do to get JJ. But maybe you get Diggs on the cheap right now using a combination of that. I'd go after Diggs after this bad game. You should see the Diggs reactions. Diggs sold for me today. I don't know what to think about Diggs going forward. I'm seeing it left and right. It's crazy how fickle and quick reacting people are. Ron, your generosity pays dividends tonight on Underdog. Nice work. That is true. Like Ron's generosity's been being given back to him. Every time he does something kind in the chat, it's like, boom, Underdog's there to pay him. Thoughts and prayers for Miss Navy. Everybody throw a prayer emoji up for Miss Navy. And Ron, thank you for your generosity, like Perp said. And Perps, thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your generosity about Ron's generosity. I mean, that's just unbelievable right there. The sequence of events. I mean, Perps doesn't even know he's doing it. Rock out. What are we doing with Kincaid? We're starting him. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Rock out. We were already starting him. We keep starting them.
To the moon.
Yeah, or rock out. In your situation, I believe you had Goddard or something. You got to make a trade, or Laporta. I think it was Laporta. You got to make a trade. You got to capitalize off this. And if you didn't start Kincaid, it makes it hard to do the deal this week because now you got to go without a tight end if you had Laporta in. But man, Mahomes, Love, Aaron Jones, Swift, Stevenson, Roshan, Ayuk, Ridley, D-Hop, Kelsey. Any moves? Traded Warren, Najee for Watson and Stevenson. Ridley for Devontae Smith. I like those moves. I do like those moves. If it were me, I'd probably say with this team, you're kind of beholden to Aaron Jones, Swift continuing to ball out and Ridley bouncing back. I don't see a whole lot of ability to trade out of this. I'm going to tell you, because you got Kelsey and Mahomes that can carry you week in and week out. You just wait on this little assembly of doubted players that I think all can do well. And maybe Stevenson, if Aaron Jones doesn't pop off, Stevenson bounces back. If Stevenson doesn't bounce back, maybe Swift continues to do well and gets a resurgence. Ayuk's pretty good. Ridley's pretty good. What I like to see you get into, and you got Devontae Smith. I mean, it's a pretty good team. For right now, Danny, I'd say stand down and ride it into next week, because there's not much trade value in terms of sell high. Started Kincaid over Ingram. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. And for anybody that wasn't here, it was Kincaid over Kittle, Kincaid over Ingram. I did say Goddard and Laporta were super near even close. Like, it was really, really hard to make that determination. I think it was Travis that actually had a Laporta Kincaid dilemma. And the only reason we said don't put Kincaid in one of his teams is because he had him in a bunch of other leagues. So it kind of like washed it. It kind of offset and hedged his decision. You know, he can still relish in Laporta. Laporta could easily score a touchdown and have 60 yards. So it's not a bad move. Goddard could still have 50 and a touchdown, 65 and a touchdown, 100 and a touchdown. Who knows? So not bad moves to have started Laporta or Goddard. You don't need to feel sick to your stomach if you have a stud. But like Ingram and Kittle, if you were on the show, first of all, you need to watch the show Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, live whenever news breaks, because you will be able to ask these questions in advance. And the consensus over and over from me, from the group, was you go Kincaid over Ingram, and Thomas did it, and he did it live.
Mashed potatoes.
Thomas to the moon. Thomas, excellent work. Excellent execution. We got a Ron Navy $20 hauler, and we got a Hobji $50 hauler. Ron says, Smitty, look at how much that missed field goal cost me. I posted it to you. Sickening. Okay, I'll take a look, Ron. That's crazy that you still won 700 and you have a situation where you could add a whole lot more. But Ron Navy, $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
17, 18, 19, 20. Let's get a burn. Let's get a burn, please. Ron Navy to the moon. Appreciate your super chat. Hob G says, the dopest fantasy show on the airwaves. I have Kincaid on my team that was 0-3. Have Bijan, Addison, K9, Amon Ra, JSN Stroud, H.N. Downs on this team. And now you're 4-3. I'm hyped. That's a really good team. This team is going to turn it around. This team with Achane coming back into the fold after the bye week. He's got 2 more games missed, then a bye week. Everybody's got a bye week. So really just 2 games is the way that's looked at. To the moon, bro.
Mashed potatoes.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
So your boy does, if anybody's new to the channel, I decided that I need to get my out of shape behind in shape. And I don't have time to work out. So I said every time a $20 hauler happens or more, I'm going to drop a set live on the show. And you guys are going to watch me transform in front of your eyes. And I think we're getting pretty fit. I got to drop some LBs for sure. I still got to trim down, but I'm out of breath too. But I feel like this is working. We have until Halloween night before we really make a determination of whether you guys got me in shape. Great job with the team. $50 hauler, Hob G's. Thank you, pal. Hob G's to the moon. Your boy's out of breath. Alex, appreciate you. Traded Kincaid plus McLaurin today for Pollard. Traded Kincaid plus McLaurin for Pollard. That's great. Even though Kincaid did good, that's a great trade. Do not feel bad about that trade.
Got him.
In fact, you got him. You got him. That's an amazing trade. Fantastic job. Jared, I'd like to trade Foreman high. Running backs I could get. Honestly, not a lot, bro. People know that Roshan's sitting there nipping at his heels. I would say like Stevenson. I would say you give more. You try and get. I don't even know you can get anybody, bro. Like Foreman and something for an upgrade. Like throw Foreman in to get your favorite data wide receiver. Like maybe you got Adam Thielen and you could trade him and Foreman together to get that undervalued Olave or undervalued. For me, I love Devontae Smith. You know, probably trade across position because Jared, people need running backs and you may not get a running back. You may have to settle for going across position and getting a wide receiver like Ridley for Foreman, which I would do personally because I think people are out of their minds doubting Ridley to extreme degrees. Smitty, look how... Oh, yeah, thank you, Ron. I think I already got that one. Appreciate you, Ron. Raymond with the $2 hauler. Smitty held onto Kincaid like you said and played him.
To the moon.
To the moon you go. Kincaid's not there. He's on Saturn. Okay? We miscalculated his departure. Cole... Let's see. Ziggy, volume 5. Ziggy, how many yards did Dalton Kincaid have on Thursday Night Football?
Today, Dalton Kincaid had 65 receiving yards in the Bills' win over the Buccaneers.
To the moon.
Season, Kincaid has 258 receiving yards.
Ziggy, how young is Dalton Kincaid?
Dalton Kincaid is 24 years old and was born on October 18, 1999.
Ziggy, off. This is a young man that is only going to get better. This is a young man that in Dynasty has the whole world in front of him. He's got the world on a silver platter. He plays in an amazing, electric, potent offense that has touchdowns. They're giving away like candy on Halloween. Everybody gets some. You want extra? There's a whole bag here. Let's hand you two. Let's hand you two. He almost had 3 touchdowns. Not that he would have had all 3 because 2 of the opportunities were on one drive. But he really should have had 2 touchdowns. He had 3 opportunities to score in this game. That's phenomenal. He had 2 opportunities to score on the opening drive. I believe it was the opening drive. A.J. Brown and Cook for Achane, Olave, DK. I would take Achane, Olave, DK over AJB and James Cook. Pretty easily, my guy. That's a great trade. It's got some undervalued pieces, but I like all those pieces. After struggling all year at the tight end position, it feels great to have Kincaid. Picked him up after a couple spread sheet Ian's dropped him. Got him.
Got him.
Recovery to the moon. Appreciate you. That's an unbelievable job there. I can't believe people just kept... I mean, I said this all offseason. He'd be one of the most cut players because no one's patient. Just like Ridley. If you want to take any... And I could be wrong on Ridley. But if you want to take anything, like a lesson from the Kincaid dropping, like maybe you're somebody out there that did drop him. You're a dropping Donnie. And you dropped Kincaid and you're sitting there watching the show right now going, I think I'm just going to go to bed. You know, this is frustrating to me. I dropped Kincaid. Son of a B. If that's you right now, rather than turn the screen off, close the app and roll over and go to sleep, or not even sleep because you're tossing and turning, use this as motivation to win the next move. And if I could link this to anything, I would say this very much feels like the giving up on that people are doing with Ridley. And if there's an opportunity for you to get Ridley on the cheap, I would tell you to do it. Because it's costing you nothing. And if I'm wrong, it's not even take a lap material because you're buying him at seller dweller pricing. It sucks. It is what it is. He hasn't delivered to the value we paid. But that's neither here nor there. That's crying over spilled milk. What is Ridley's value moving forward? And so I urge you all to go out and make a buy low opportunity trade happen in your league. Kincaid looked better than Diggs tonight. Diggs definitely didn't look great tonight, but he got it done. He got it done. Don't be a dropping Donnie. That's right. Don't be a dropping Donnie. And have Marcus says, I will not drop Ridley. Do not. There were a lot of people that came in after last week and said, I'm dropping him. He's going to the waiver wire. And I hope to God that people didn't actually follow through on that. I'm scared that some people did because they were so upset. Smitty, I did what you said. Just asked if I wanted to trade without asking for anyone, and he offered Eckler. Do I trade Laporta for him? Yes!
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yes!
Got him.
Please, Amy, please race to do that and come back and tell us it's done. Be careful not to be like, let's do it. And he's like, well, wait a minute. Let me ask a friend. Ma. Yeah, I know. The meatloaf. Okay, I'll put it in the fridge. Ma, I'm in the basement right now. Can you just listen to me? Ma, do I trade Eckler? What? What? You don't trade Eckler, son? No. And then all of a sudden, Billy's not trading you Eckler. Be careful. If it's on the table, you smash it. You smash it to pieces. Great job. Traded, and that's the technique. What Amy's talking about is you don't just go, hey, what do you want for Eckler? You just say, hey, I'm bored. I want to make a trade. I just want to mix things up. That's the most easy way to discuss a trade. Let's mix things up. You want to make a trade? And then they're like, okay, they're not trying to work me over. They're just bored. Let me see if I can work them over. You want Eckler? You want Eckler for Laporta? Okay. I'll give you Laporta. You give me Austin Eckler, and we'll call it an even deal. And then I'll go grab the meatloaf, and we'll have ourselves a day. Traded Rice and Spears for Kincaid. There's pros and cons to that side. I love all those guys, all those players, but there's pros and cons. But I mean, if you need a tight end, this is working out well for you. Congrats on that. That boy coming in with a 10 wad. 10 wads get
To the moon.
moon shots. 515 of you in here. Please punch that thumb up button. $10 hauler. Traded Russell Wilson. Who's Russell Wilson at this point? I don't even know who that is. Does he even play in the NFL anymore? Bijan and Olave for Burrow Pollard. Bijan, Olave, Russ for Burrow Pollard. I like that. That it's a sidestep maneuver that makes it hard to judge, but at the end of the day, your team looks good. Gibbs on the bench this week. That's hard to put Gibbs on the bench this week. What are you going to do, though? Is that Rashee Rice? I don't know if you have a spot. Yeah, you don't. That's a wide receiver spot. That Gibbs on the bench this week is a tough pill to swallow. I'm not saying bench K9 or Pollard. Maybe K9's out and you put Gibbs in anyway, but I don't know that I don't know how to fit Gibbs into the lineup. I almost feel like you got to make a trade because Gibbs is going to maybe go nuts, but I don't know. I can't bench either two of those running backs. Drafted Gibbs because of you, bro. Got to say thanks. Flex Brian Robinson, Roshan, or Deontay. Right now, Brian Robinson, let's wait on the Roshan news. He's cleared the concussion protocol, and he's going to play, but there's no indication as to whether he's starting. It doesn't sound like it yet. $20 hauler from Styles. Styles says, please help. PPR, Mahomes, Diggs, Allen, Bijan, ETN, Darren Waller, Kenneth Walker, benches Puka. What do you need help with? This team's fire. Lost with this lineup last week. I know that's how it goes sometimes. Please help. There's nothing to help you with other than to tell you play your studs. Don't overthink it. Even don't overthink Diggs. Diggs was a great play. He did okay. It wasn't a bad game anyway. But Mahomes, Diggs, Keenan Allen, Bijan, ETN, Waller, Walker. Your bench is Puka. I probably put Puka in over Keenan Allen, to be honest with you, or over... this is where I probably trade Keenan Allen only because he has a lot of injury risk to me. I don't care how good he's doing. He still feels like an injury risk. Doesn't matter how great he's doing. He's still an injury risk, and I trade him away to upgrade Bijan into a player. You could even go after Eckler and something. I wouldn't do it straight up. Bijan and Keenan Allen is you need to get way more than Eckler back, but you could go that direction. You could also, potentially trade Keenan Allen and let's say, you could almost do Keenan Allen for JJ because you could wait on JJ. You put Puka right in your lineup or Achane, Keenan Allen for Achane. Those are my two pieces of advice for you. Thank you.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Yeah. I think Styles, you go get JJ or Achane with Keenan Allen. You can sit on that. That's a fantastic move for you. Dub, 3 and 4, 12-team league starters are Hurts, Bijan, Pollard, Devontae Smith, Addison, Fergie, Amari Cooper, Achane. Suggestions: should have picked up Kincaid on waivers because he was there. I bet you, Dub. I bet you. But this team's really solid. It's a bunch of players you wait on. There's no sell high opportunity unless it's like Cooper for... Go to the Kincaid owner and see what tight end they have. Maybe they want to start Kincaid and they've got Andrews. You can send Cooper and, something. I'd be very tempted to trade Cooper and Addison for one bigger wide receiver. Not that I don't love Addison, but just there's a good sell high opportunity here right now. It doesn't mean you sell low at all. I started Kincaid. I have Kincaid and Ferguson. Attaboy, rock out to the freaking moon. Appreciate your rock out. Fergie is decent, but Kincaid is a baller. $2 hauler from Bryson. Eckler, Mike Evans for Diggs and JT. I'd take Diggs and JT. Yeah. But arguable to a degree, but Diggs and JT. Just because like Eckler hasn't exploded yet, so there's some concern there that maybe he doesn't, maybe he's older, but I still buy him. He's definitely worth a shot in a lot of scenarios. Olave, Hollywood, London, Cooper, JSN, Roshan, Dell, Madison, Charbonnet. Tennessee Titans, Derrick Henry reportedly targeted. Whoa, what's this? This is just another rumor, I think. I don't think it's substantiated. Dallas Cowboys nearing the trade deadline. It looks like there's a lot of rumors about Jerry Jones targeting Derrick Henry, but we'll see. Olave, Hollywood, look at this team here. Pick 2 wide receivers in a flex. Okay, 2 wide receivers in a flex. We're going to go Olave, and we're going to go probably Hollywood, and we're probably going to go, it's between Cooper and London. I probably lean London over Cooper in Cooper's current predicament. But that's really, really tough. Maybe bring this back later in the week so we can double hit it and get a group vote once we nail down with some more news rolling in. Brees for Raheem and Pickens. I'd rather Brees Hall. I'm not getting rid of Brees Hall. This one, DeBalt says, everyone give it up for Ron. Says DeBalt, thank you, appreciate you for your super chat. Matt Estes, appreciate you. $5 hauler start, 3 full PPR. Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, Ridley, Puka, Deontay. Start 3. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson. I'm going to go Ridley and Puka. And Flowers is hard to sit, but you gotta maybe, consider some sort of move or maneuver rather than continue to run into that every week. And you started Kincaid. To the moon. Excellent work, Matt. Appreciate your super chat. Bryson, yesterday traded Komet and Rice for Kincaid. Got him. Nice job, broski, Brian. And JFam says, my DK and JT for Eckler and Ridley. I would take Eckler and Ridley by quite a bit. And maybe not everybody feels that way, but I would do that. Full PPR, I have Ford, Dylan, Pickens, Christian Watson, Warren. Move here for a better wide receiver. You could, but there's not a lot of trade value in Watson right now. There's not a lot of trade value in an injured Ford, and Dylan's like spotty. So, what are you going to get? Pickens for Ridley? Is Pickens even better? He might be, but that doesn't mean I hate Ridley. It just means Pickens is that good. Devontae Smith would be my target if I'm going to do that trade at all. Otherwise, I think you might be undervaluing Pickens a little bit. And then Johnny, PPR, Downs or Rice. I think Downs is safer. Rice is safer. He feels like a guarantee for like 7 or 8 points. Maybe a shot for double-digit points. He's getting better each week. His targets per route run are like in the top 10 in the NFL, but he's not getting a ton of volume. So it's kind of like Kadarius Toney last year. Kadarius Toney was in the top 5 in targets per route run, but wasn't used a ton. So Mahomes does that. And so we're waiting for the routes run to go up. And Downs is higher risk of getting you 2 or 3 points, but probably higher upside to get you a 20-point game. So you kind of got to pick your poison there. I think most people would say Downs. Pick 2, Ridley, Christian Watson, Tank Dell, or Javonte. I'm going to go Ridley and probably Tank Dell for safety, Christian Watson for high risk, high reward, but let's revisit that. Rock out, you got 30.
Yeah, I need a kicker. Would you go with Dicker?
And Rock out hung up. Rock out, call back in. But honestly, kicker questions, I'm not trying to like get away from kicker questions, but I don't really do a lot of kicker content because everybody's league scoring is different, and it really comes down to who's the highest scoring average kicker in your league. It's the closest thing that mirrors the whole, like, if you're a 6.6 in baseball, you're a 6.6. Like, kicking is kind of an average. And at this point in the season, if this kicker is kicking, he's getting you 8.7 points per game, and this kicker is getting you 7.3, then I'm going to go with the 8-point kicker. It's just kicking is not something I even really address much at all because it's all averages. So Rock, I don't know if you heard my answer, but whoever's scoring more, there's no matchup, or kicking is very volatile, and whoever's scoring more in your format, every kicking format's a little different. That's the kicker I pick up, and that's the kicker I start. There's really not anything to it. I'd be just making shit up if I was like, yeah, well, I really like Dicker the kicker this week because, you know, his grandma's visiting from Oregon, and he's really amped about, you know, it's who's the top kicker. There's no real matchup. Matchups can be a factor, but more often than not, you play a matchup in that case and you get burned. So
I guess
average.
So I guess he's number 9.
Whoever score more in your format. Yep. That's what I would say.
All right.
What else you got, Rock out? Anything else?
That's it for right now.
Okay, call back if you got another. I'll cycle you in. You're a Mars man. You got a free little pass in here for these 30-second shots. All right, later. Ryan, Justin, Herbert, and Laporta for Purdy, Darnold, Bijan, Hollywood. I still have Kincaid at tight end, and Purdy would be the new QB. Would he be the new QB? Justin Herbert, and Laporta for Purdy, Darnold, and Bijan. I think Purdy's going to be fine. I don't think they bench him. I mean, you never know with Shanahan. The problem is Shanahan's going to injure him. And if anybody wants to come in here and defend Shanahan and go, oh, it's a freak play, this football guys get hurt. His little tiny itty-bitty quarterback in Brock Purdy, who's not a big man. He's not a big man. He's not a small guy, but he's not a big guy whatsoever. Trying to do the goal line push, the buddy shove, as people call it, the stupid name, the tush push, whatever the hell you want to call it. I hate that name, by the way. This little buddy shuffle, let's shove our big quarterback through the pile, doesn't work with the tiny little itty bitty pint sized Brock Purdy. And this man Shanahan did it a couple times, and Brock Purdy got concussed when it happened. Shanahan hurt Brock Purdy. Shanahan hurt Trey Lance. Shanahan continues to hurt his quarterbacks, and you can defend him all you want, but I think he'll, unless he gets hurt again, which honestly, and you want to defend Shanahan, he took Brock Purdy out of the game with a completely torn UCL. That's just a very bad injury. And what did he do? Took him out of the game like he should. Okay, this is in the playoffs. And then he put him back in when they lost their other quarterbacks and they were down to no quarterbacks. He put in Brock Purdy, who had a completely torn UCL, and had him continue to play quarterback. Had him throwing on the sidelines over and over and over. Couldn't throw more than 7 yards down the field. Hurt him every time. He puts his quarterbacks in vulnerable positions. And I don't care what anybody says. That is what Shanahan does. But as far as this situation, I don't know. I don't think this is something that I want to do. Like, I want to do it, but I don't. Bijan's so hard to turn down, though. I guess, yeah, go get Bijan. What are you gonna do? How do you turn down Bijan? Brock Purdy is concerning, but Herbert's not exactly balling out like a lot of people want him to. All right, here we go. Back to the question. So yeah, I guess I with reluctance I say get rid of your better quarterback. Yeah. I get Bijan. Try and make a move for like Tua in some sort of other deal. G Money $20 hauler. Appreciate G Money coming in strong with a 20 wad. Let's go.
Alert. Super chat alert. alert. Super chat alert.
So, yeah, and so another thing about, like, Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts can out-squat almost every offensive lineman in the National Football League. Brock Purdy cannot. So anybody trying to say Brock Purdy, oh, he's not that small, Smitty. He's not that much smaller than Hurts. BS. Hurts can out-squat almost every lineman in the National Football League. Hey, Smitty, please help with this team. I have made some moves trying to fix a QB. Love Murray, Minshew, Swift, Gibbs, Charbonnet, Edmonds. Edmonds. Wide receiver Allen, Ridley, Watson, Davis, JSN, Fergie, Mayer. Currently 2-5. G Money, I hope you didn't cut Kincaid. I feel like you had Kincaid on this team. Murray's going to step up for you. Gibbs is going to step up this week, and then maybe you explore a trade after he blows up again, but maybe you hold him. Maybe he earns so much work going forward. And hopefully Swift bounces back. Not much to move here yet. Keenan Allen is movable. Ridley, you keep. Watson, you keep. The only player that I would trade here is Keenan Allen. Not because I hate him or anything like that, but because you can probably go get a Devontae Smith. You could probably go get a potential Olave and something, a Devontae Smith and something, a Waddle and something. You kind of need that. You kind of need to do that in order to better this team. So I would go after those wide receivers and see what running back you can upgrade Swift into or what running back you can upgrade Gibbs into and try and do a really creative 2-for-2 using Keenan Allen. $2 hauler. I think Henry goes to the Cowboys just to move off Tony Pollard. I don't know that this is going to happen. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. I think he's getting traded, but it could be the Baltimore Ravens. But the Cowboys are in play. It would be horrible for Tony Pollard value. It'd be devastating. But I don't think people should be necessarily knee-jerk reacting and trading him away. Okay, started Kincaid, and my comeback starts now, says Young. Young to the moon. Appreciate you with the super chat, Young. You are the man. Young to the moon. Castillo, rest of season, would you trade Saquon for Eckler? I would definitely take Eckler. I mean, Castillo, I've been pushing that all the last 2, 3, 4 weeks. Absolutely, bro. Smash that to pieces. $13.99 hauler gets a moonshot. Appreciate you, Tyler, for dropping that. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Tyler says, just traded Hunt in London for Devontae Smith. I like that a lot. Would you trade Walker for Saquon and Ridley? No. Or Monty and Kyron for Ramondre? Monty for Kyron and Ramondre. No, because you don't know when Kyron's coming back. But I love that first trade. Nice job getting Devontae Smith. Great work. Hold on that. Marinate on that. Let that team kind of... Okay, so how Metcalf... How I Metcalf Your Mother. That's a good team. That's a good team name. How I Metcalf Your Mother. Hey, Smitty, long time. Just don't ask because I play like you take chances and trade like a mother. Need 3 of 4 to start. Chase, Ridley, Olave, Devontae Smith. I'm probably going with Devontae, Olave, and I guess Chase. I hate sitting Ridley, though. You got to make a trade. 2 running backs, 1 flex. So you start 4 wide receivers. So you start those guys. Ridley's the odd man out for now. 2 running backs and 1 flex. So JT, Eckler, Pollard, you got to go all 3 of those guys. So I guess Ridley's the odd man out, but you got to potentially make a trade. And fantastic team. You don't even need to make a trade. Look, you got depth and you got bye weeks and injuries. I shouldn't say you have to get rid of anytime you have an extra great player to trade him. That's not kind of my intention. But I think maybe you hold. Injuries happen, bro. You might need Ridley. I would wait. Just put Ridley on the bench because your options are fantastic. But you know what? Stand down.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
Okay, so Castillo, appreciate you. The Smitty Shuffle, another super for the GOAT. Appreciate you, Castillo, for dropping the super chat. This one right here, Kincaid, but traded Dobbs for Laporta. Wanted to get Kincaid, but traded Dobbs for Laporta. That's fantastic. I mean, look, Laporta and Kincaid, who's to say Laporta doesn't outscore Kincaid this week? So if anybody started Laporta over Kincaid, or anybody's like, man, I should have got Kincaid, I got Laporta. Laporta's fine. Just became a member. Keep doing what you're doing. Great and hilarious content. Watching this every week in Iraq. Smitty to the moon. Chase, appreciate you for your service and everything.
To the moon.
Thank you, my good friend. You are absolutely phenomenal. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Christopher with the $50 holler.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
Okay. Fantastic. Appreciate you, Christopher. I did 2 sets right there. I started Gabe Davis a minute before the game time. He had Diggs. Should be a fun Sunday. Congratulations.
To the moon.
Smart play putting Gabe Davis in there. Gabe Davis had a day, Christopher. Appreciate your super chat. $50 holler to Gabe. Or to Christopher.
To the moon.
Chris is the man. Chris got him.
Got him.
Hey, appreciate you, Chris. Start 1 in the flex. Christian Kirk, Devontae Smith, or Kenny Pickett. Devontae Smith is the pick that I make. I know a lot of people would say Kirk, and I don't blame you. Kirk is pretty safe, but I'm going to go Devontae comeback tour this week. Trade complete. Got Eckler, Ridley for JTDK. I like it. I like it a lot. Good job, J-Fam. Nice work, pal. I like it a lot. You did good. Got him. Almost got him. I'll sing you to the moon. There's still some good sides to that other piece right there. Trade Pollard and Mike Evans for Tyreek. I'd rather have Tyreek. It's really close, though, but I'd rather have Tyreek. Juan, hang tight. Put yourself on mute real quick, please, Juan, while you wait. Trade Pollard and Mike Evans for Tyreek. Get Tyreek. Go do it live. Put yourself on mute if you could, Juan.
Got you.
Thank you. Okay, are we selling Kincaid or Andrews? Whichever, just explore all deals. Just do what feels right and do the move that makes your team better. But to be closed-minded on which one to trade, if you started Andrews, you got to kind of wait, because if you trade Andrews away now and you didn't get to start Kincaid, it's going to hurt you this week. But I would still explore everything. But you certainly have 2 options now, and one of them is going to benefit you. Ridley, Olave, Downs, and Foreman start 2. Give me Ridley and Olave. It's tempting to go Downs and Foreman, but not with those options for me. Trade my Josh Allen and Bijan for Lamb and Eckler. Maybe that's Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen and Bijan for Lamb and Eckler. I would take Lamb and Eckler personally. Thank you, Styles. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys clarify which players we're talking about, because everybody is Josh Allen, Keenan Allen. Roster now is T-Law, Fields, Etienne, Eckler, Aaron Jones, Roshan, Hendy, Chase, Tyreek, Ridley, Christian Watson, Tank Dell, Kincaid, Komet. Love the team, J-Fam. You're on your way to the moon. Rel with the super chat here, $5 holler. Trade Baker and Ford for Kincaid. Absolutely. Or Ford for Waller. Go get Kincaid, bro. I have Josh Allen. Absolutely. Kincaid to the moon. I like the Kincaid trade a lot more. Got Walker, Pacheco, Achane, traded Bijan for Kamara. I don't mind that at all. I like both sides, so I'm not going to hit the got him button, because I think Bijan could be just as good, but Kamara's a safer approach. $10 hauler from my boy Liquid. Liquid, appreciate you. Liquid says, hey, Smitty, traded Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Pacheco for Jamar Chase. I could get behind that. I don't mind that at all. You got the depth to do it. Achane coming back, Kupp, Watson, Burrow. I like the team a lot. I suppose you maybe you don't have the full depth to do it, but it's a risky move that I don't mind. You need Chase to ball out. You literally have to have him ball out. Christopher Smith dropping a hundo after he dropped a 50 wad. That's 150. Christopher.
Alert. Super chat alert. alert. Super chat alert.
1920. Christopher to the moon. I'm going to owe you a set. Every time someone drops a 20, I do a set. He dropped 100. I'm going to owe you a couple sets here. Christopher to the freaking moon. Christopher's a unicorn. You want to know what a unicorn is? Look up Christopher Smith in the dictionary.
He is a unicorn.
In fact, anytime someone drops 100 or above, they're getting that played for sure. Let's see. In fact, I got to put Ron Navy on here.
He is a unicorn.
We're going to put $100 haulers on here and leave them on this unicorn list. So Smith, I got to put Ron Navy on here, Selly, and a lot of the guys that have dropped $100 haulers this year. So anybody that drops a $100 hauler will be added to that list. Christopher, appreciate you. Juan, hang tight. I'm almost there. Ramos, $5 hauler, 6-1. Traded Kamara and Sutton for Devontae Smith and Breece Hall. I don't like that trade. I freaking love it. I love it, Ramos.
Got him.
I think that's great. Gabe Davis on the bench. You win some, you lose some, but you really crushed the trade. Devontae Smith and Breece for Sutton and Kamara. I like it, bro. Look, you could argue that Kamara and Breece are even, and you got Devontae Smith. Picked up Kincaid and sent him with Olave for Swift. Should I rally for a veto or let it ride? My remaining wide rally. I love when someone rallies for their own veto. It really does make me laugh. Not in a bad way. Sick Nasty. Or AGZ. I'm just thinking you're the same logo as Sick Nasty. AGZ. I'm not saying that to make fun of you. I'm just. I'd rather have Olave Kincaid, to be honest, but I don't think it's like necessarily veto material or rally the veto troops or anything. This depends on Swift. 704 caller. Who's this? And I'm going to put you on hold here. But who's this? Where are you calling from? Hello? 704. Okay. You're out of here. Juan, you're live. You got 30.
Smitty, what up, bro?
What's up?
All right, I sent out Cortland Sutton and Chuba Hubbard for Michael Pittman, and I sent out Christian Kirk and Alexander Madison for Breece Hall. How you feel about that?
Christian Kirk and Alexander Madison for Breece Hall?
Yeah.
I think if you I think if you
fucking get them.
You're not. That's like saying, "Hey, okay,
look. I got a more pressing issue.
Okay.
The Kelsey Master is 2-4. He needs an RB1, and he said he wanted something a little sweet involved in the deal. I got McCaffrey, Mostert, Gibbs, Alexander Madison, Chuba Hubbard over here. I got Christian Watson, Christian Kirk, Cortland Sutton, Nico Collins, and Chris Olave. What should I give him for Kelsey?
Well, it's going to be hard to actually deliver on that. But, I mean, Kelsey, if he got drafted today, would go in the top 6. I would guess. Top 6, 7, maybe 5, maybe 4, maybe 7, maybe 8. So you got to ask yourself, like, can you afford to give up Olave and Mostert or Gibbs and Olave? You have to literally give up the 2 best players in this entire lot to get Travis Kelce. There's no Kirk and Nico, and I'll give him Nico and Mostert. He's not doing that. You could try, but he's not doing that. He did to be an imbecile.
Do you think anything's worth it, or should I just go with my depth play?
I mean, look, here's the way I look at it. Right now, it would kill you to trade Mostert and Olave if Mostert is a top 5 running back. If Mostert gets hurt and is out for the year very soon, which I'm not saying I'm predicting that, but Mostert is very, very injury prone. I could see you living to regret this, going, God, I don't even have Mostert anymore. I would have turned Olave into Kelce. So I would explore it, but I'd much rather. I mean, I don't even know who I'd rather give up, Gibbs or Mostert, because right now Mostert's more valuable long term, but that could be literally 3 weeks from now he's done. Like, I'm not saying he for sure gets hurt, but he's very injury prone. So Gibbs, who knows what happens to Gibbs 3 weeks from now? He could continue to get used. They could break Monty again right away. I don't know. It's a tough one. If the chat has an idea here, please post your suggestion here. But I'd love to know what the chat thinks. Would the chat take Kelsey over Mostert and Olave? I kind of think I would. But it is a very, very tough call because it does hurt you depth-wise. If you think you'll be okay, I would probably do it. But Mostert a week ago had way more value than he has now, and this would have been a bad trade a week or two ago. But that's the volatility of fantasy football.
Yeah, Gibbs awesome.
Yeah, Gibbs too. I'd almost rather keep Gibbs because I think Mostert will eventually get hurt. But let's see what the chat says. Look at the chat. Let's let them vote on it. Guys, chat, Kelsey or Mostert Olave? Yeah.
To the moon, everybody. Shout out to Ron Navy, man. Keep
Yeah,
up the good work.
yeah.
man.
Keep prayers up for Miss Navy too. Juan, appreciate you. The Redwood, hang tight real quick. The Redwood, if you could mute yourself real quickly. We got another super chat alert here from the man that goes by Christopher Smith, who dropped yet another $50 hauler and says he loves Smitty. The show loves you back, bro, and you are still a unicorn. I got to up your amount to 200.
He is a unicorn.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I had myself muted. Ron Navy's going on this list here. Selly, Wheel, Snipe, Selly. Ron, I don't know if that's the correct number that you dropped yesterday. I know you probably don't care, but I'm trying to keep this accurate. Anybody that drops over $100 haulers going up here. Sorry, I didn't know I was on mute there. So thank you, pal, for that $50 hauler. Sepsis with a $5 hauler traded Brees and Andrews for Kelsey. Honestly, I don't know that I would have done that. That is a tough one. Sepsis is not that you made a horrible move, but it's a lot to give up because Andrews can, not necessarily fully hang with Kelsey, but be damn good enough that you don't give up Brees Hall, in my opinion. So appreciate you. Hey, Smitty, how about this? I give Keenan Allen and Swift, and I get Brees and Amon-Ra. I think you get that, and we're going to send you to the moon on that one. Smitty approved that. Yeah, if you can get that G money, Keenan Allen and Swift for Brees and Amon-Ra, I'm Smitty approving that. It's pretty got-em material, I think. I think it's close enough. And thanks again. Okay, the Redwood, you're live. You got 30.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? So who should I start this week? DJ Moore or Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson or DJ Moore. I don't trust DJ Moore at his former level right now. Garrett Wilson is sneaky, and you'll see me probably create a G Willie buy low video here in the next day or so. He's had some of the toughest matchups. He's had some of the toughest matchups this year. His schedule was brutal. They're finding out ways to get him the football. He's been dominating the targets. He's over 50% of the time, I believe, is right around the number 52, 54, 50% of the time. Zach Wilson's look every time he's in the goal line and red zone situations. So I'm rolling with it, bro. I'm rolling with Garrett.
I started Kincaid over Ingram this week too, so got a good start to the week.
To the moon.
Heck yeah, bro. That's just a smart move. Anybody that was here on the stream heard that too, because we had that come up. Kittle, Kincaid, Ingram, Kincaid, and it was like, okay, do what you want, but we're going Kincaid here. And maybe it proves...
you think I should try to... I was going to see if you think I should try to sell Ingram, or should I just keep both?
No, I'd try and sell one of them for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right, for sure.
All right, bro. Later. All right, appreciate you. And then we got another $20 hauler from Christopher Smith just coming in.
He is a unicorn.
$220 for Christopher Smith. Just a straight up monster tonight. Christopher, thank you for the $20 hauler from Christopher Smith. Thank you, pal. I think, look, you know, I would. This has just been a crazy night already. Let's play that Kincaid animation one more time.
Brees Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Brees. He's Brees.
He does a whole of a job. A whole of a job. A whole of a job.
Brees Hall, please report to the moon.
He does a jale bayot.
Some of the stuff's coming around, people. It's coming around. I'm gonna hit this little. It's gonna be like a 1 minute little ad play on my Spotify, and I'll be right back. So hang tight. Are you watching the Fantasy Football Show on Spotify? A video show on Spotify. Hey, Smitty, there are only a few video shows on Spotify. You're one of them. That's right, Bob. And I'm on Spotify daily, dropping daily Spotify videos. So get on over there, search me on Spotify, The Fantasy Football Show, or go to smitty1.com. I got the link right there, as I do links to everything else I have. All my links are at smitty1.com. I will see you on Spotify as we're taking over Spotify video. And I'll also see you on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. Now get out of here. Take a lap. So check that out. Spotify, do it live. Anybody doesn't know, every show pretty much is on Spotify, and it's a video show. But I don't want anybody leaving YouTube. We need the YouTube views, the interactions on YouTube. It's so much better on YouTube. But if you're at work and you want to listen to some old stuff, replay a show, Spotify is great for it. All right, guys, we got, I think we got one more super chat here. This is from, oh no, this is the one from Christopher. I don't think, is this new? Is this another one from Christopher? I'm not sure if it is. If it is, I mean, I'm going to hit this anyways. I owe him.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
30 for fun. Man, getting tries are getting sore. Well, guys, I think that's all she wrote for tonight. I don't know if we could do a quick draft real quick. Let's see here. Let's pull up Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Underdog Fantasy, they'll double your first deposit up to $500 for a limited time. So get on over to Underdog Fantasy. Hit that link that I'm dropping in the live chat this very second. Let me find that link real quick. Play Underdog Fantasy. Here's the link. I'm going to pin it in the live chat right now. And if anybody wants to jump into this draft, all you got to do, let me see if I can pin it. There it is. Link is pinned in the live chat. If you want to draft with me, all you got to do is click that link. Use code Smitty. The link is in the description of every video if you're watching a replay. And it looks like we got another $50 hauler from Styles. $50. You got to be out of your mind, Styles.
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super chat alert.
I think Styles is over 100, so let me check and put him on the screen. Styles. Let's see here. Style. Yeah, I think Styles is over, or he's close to over 100. Anybody with 100 is going on that board, on the unicorn board. Thank you for the advice, says Styles. Give me the bullhorn. Just traded Keenan Allen and Bijan for Lamb and Eckler. I don't know that that's like take a lap worthy for him, and I don't quite know if that's for sure got him material. Keenan Allen and Bijan for Lamb and Eckler. I'd rather have Lamb and Eckler. I would. So I think you win the trade. But there are some arguments to be made is all. Excellent team. Good trade. I would have done it as well. I would have done it 2 times over. Not a bad move whatsoever. So Smitty approved the trade. Any changes now? Mahomes, Diggs, Lamb, Eckler, Etienne. Absolutely no. Absolutely no. Puka. Puka needing to get into your lineup. I mean, I guess I'm still looking to trade like maybe. I don't know what to do. You got good depth. I think I just ride it out. Ride it out a couple weeks. Maybe an injury happens and you're grateful you didn't trade away Puka. I would just roll with it. But having Puka on your bench is so hard, bro. Yo, Smitty, you missed my 8-month. Says Thomas. All right, Thomas, hold on. Thomas's 8-month celebration. Thomas's 8-month celebration. You made me draft Kincaid to the moon. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you.
To the moon.
This one here is from That Boy. It says celebrating 12 months membership. I need to look these up more at the end of the shows. I'm sorry if I don't do that. Kincaid. Thank you, Thomas, for yours. And Mark B. Have Hawkinson, Laporta, Kincaid. Do I trade? Absolutely. I mean, bro, you have 3 tight ends. You're sitting on a dry tight end market, and you're not moving even 2 of them, let alone 1 of them. You got to move 2 of them. Mark, you got so much upgrading you could do in your lineup. You have to make a move, bro. Just plain and simple. Thomas, appreciate your 8-month membership celebratory question. Another $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I'm going to let my arms simmer for a second. Thank you, Christopher, for the extra super chat. I got to go update your board. Thomas, thank you so much. Diaz coming in with 2 and 5. Trade Bijan, Wilson, Achane for Eckler, Waddle. No, I'd rather have Achane, Wilson, Bijan than Eckler, Waddle. Waddle's injury prone. You could easily wash Waddle and Garrett Wilson, and then it comes down to Bijan and Achane versus Eckler. I'd much rather have the Bijan side. Very, very, very easy no for me. Or Bijan's side is the way I vote very easily. Thank you very much for your super chats. Okay, let's hit the Underdog draft real quickly. So Underdog Fanny Official using his 10-month membership, throwing up a bunch of emojis. Appreciate you, Official. Official's been here for a long time. He's an OG here for sure. Okay, let's get into a draft. Go ahead and hit that drafts at the bottom. Then click on, actually don't click on anything. Just scroll through the lobby until we get to the Battle Royale Week 8 $5 entry. It is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th card. Super chat by G Money. Click on that card and hit the green enter button. When I see this pop up on my screen, I will also hit it so that we're timed properly. So I'm going to wait until I see it on my screen, and then I'm going to hit it. $20 super chat. I give Keenan Allen and Swift. I get Eckler, Devontae. Smash. Okay, I see the green button right now because there's a delay on this date late in the stream. So we should all be synced up. Because if you hit the button... No, what? My location. I'm properly in the right location. Your boy Smitty's not in a different... let me put airplane mode on real quick and then turn it on. Maybe it just needs to have a little refresh. Where are you at? I'm in Arizona, broski. Okay, let's see here. One more to start. It looks like I got it in just in time. All right, you're a draft pro. Are you enjoying Underdog? Yes, I am. Not now. Okay. There we go. I'm drafting from the 2 spot. G Money, thoughts on this? Thanks, Smitty. So you give Keenan Allen and Swift, and you get Eckler, Devontae Smith. That is a home run.
Got him.
Absolute home run, G Money. Literally one of the best moves you can make, I think, given your situation, given everything that you've shown me, given how hard it is to potentially trade, I think, in this particular league. Smash that run for the hills, bro. That's phenomenal. And we got to up the unicorn value for Christopher Smith.
He is a unicorn.
I think he's at 260. I'm not sure, but I'm putting it at 260. Okay, so on the clock is that individual. He goes ahead and he drafts Travis Kelce. I'm going to attack Christian McCaffrey's really hard. They're gonna lean on him hardcore in this game. I'm gonna go CMC here, and I just hope they don't break him. I just hope they don't break him. They're gonna lean on him hardcore, guys. If you want to draft Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. The link is pinned in the live chat. The link is in the description of every video if you're watching a replay. Code Smitty does the same thing as the links, but the links insert code Smitty for you, so it's easier. They'll double your first deposit up to $500. That's a very, very short amount of time, extended for a limited time. They'll double your first deposit up to $500. So if you want to get in on a draft with me, please click that link in the live chat that's pinned or in the description of the video, or use code Smitty once you download the Underdog app, and it asks you, how did you find out about this? Smitty has outdone his all-time podcast. Tonight is epic. What's so, and I'm not saying tonight's not great. Every night's great here, but what's so epic about tonight? The Kincaid celebrations and everything. I'm just curious what did it for you. Why is this continuing to change color on me? Thank you, Rushman. Appreciate you. I don't know what's so epic. Every night's epic. Every night we do it live. Okay, so here's the board. I've got Christian McCaffrey so far. We're on deck. Hurts, Lamar, Andrews, CD, Breece Hall, Puka, Tony Pollard, Hawkinson, Addison, Taylor. It's a good little team here. How's it going? Good vibes, my man. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you. Sharbs out with a hammy. Says Chase, let me pull up that news. If that is okay, I'm gonna go Hurts here. We're gonna go Hurts. So we got McCaffrey and Hurts. Feels like a really good combination. Is that confirmed that we've been live? So I don't know if that's confirmed that Sharbs is out. If Sharbs is out, that means that Walker's probably in. That's just the nature of how that rolls. Tennessee, Derrick Henry reportedly targeted by Jerry Jones. That's a piece of news out there. May have to go live on that later.
No, Charbonnet was back to full practice today.
So I don't know what that report is. Somebody's saying that in the chat. I don't know. Hey, Travis, I forgot you were there, bro. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm just chilling.
That's all I forgot. Travis has been there. How long you been? You've been there. Hold on. You've been there for 8 minutes and 3 seconds. I'm sorry, bro. What can I do for you?
Okay. I'm just hanging out.
He's just sitting there.
Couple questions. One with the tight ends. I noticed I have Hawkinson, Laporta, and Kincaid, and I noticed a lot of people in the chat have like that combo or 2 or 3. You're not opposed to flexing one of them, right? You're just saying if you can get good value on one of them, to trade them and upgrade a different position or something.
Yeah. Like no one should be giving away Kincaid or Hawkinson or Laporta or any, but the tight end market's so bad that I can't imagine if you're sitting on 3 of them, you can't get rid of one of them, let alone 2 of them.
Right.
I want to know. I want to know if there's anything to the Charbonnet rumor. Who said this? Who's putting? Hopefully, this is not somebody spreading rumors. Hold on. I'm looking for
Full
it.
Participation was at 8
Charbonnet out with the hammy, says Chase. Chase, what are we doing here? Where's your source, Chase? What are you talking about, Chase? Are you taking a lap on this one? Because I've been live. I don't see anything. I'm looking for it. I think that's not accurate.
I see a bunch of tweets from like 8 o'clock tonight just updating that he practiced today.
And why is everybody saying Charbonnet season? We don't know that Walker's out either. Walker's just limited right now. I mean, hang tight. Yeah, Chase, you might be taking a lap, bro. You might be taking a hardcore lap on that one. Let's put Chase. You need to explain yourself right here. Sharp's out with the hammy. Where in the hell are you getting this information? Some Mickey Mouse YouTube channel?
Did he mean it was like a question? Was he like, did he not put a
I
question?
don't know.
on it?
He could save himself with that. It was a typo. I'm on the clock here, and I'll be honest with you. These options are kind of like shaky, and I'm just gonna roll with my gut on this Devontae Smith bounce back. I really like my team right now: Christian McCaffrey, Jalen Hurts, Breece Hall, Devontae Smith. Feeling pretty damn good about that. I got a $100 hauler from Christopher Smith coming in strong with another hundo. Just a monster. Hold on, Christopher. And then Amy with the $10 hauler. Give you a moonshot here in a second. Appreciate you both dropping those super chats in here. What is he saying in the chat? I got 16 seconds. Let me make this draft pick. I kind of feel like, okay, Olave could bounce back. I like Garrett Wilson a lot this week. I'm gonna go Ridley bounce back. It's gonna be like a little revenge tour team. Breece has already kind of been revenging out, but Devontae Smith and Calvin Ridley, I like this little squad here. Christopher with a $100 hauler, unicorn bump.
He is a unicorn.
Now, I don't know what the phone line is. Did he take over as the highest super chatter of the month? Let me see what Ron Navy was. I forget what Ron had. Ron has
Call into the show.
310. That was Will Snipe City. So, congratulations to Christopher Smith, who is now the highest super chatter of the month, and he now owns the phone line for the rest of this month and November. I'm gonna keep Will Snipe Selly. I always say City. I don't know why. I'm going to keep Will Snipe Selly on there in a little corner for a while in tribute. Just, say he was the second place guy just for a couple days. But let's put Christopher Smith on here. Christopher, congratulations.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
So Christopher Smith is the highest super chatter of the month. And as usual, and this will probably go into next month, because we're so close to the end of this month. So if anybody wants to bump off Christopher, they've got to drop a 300. What did I say it was? 310. $310 super chat. Let me go back to this real quickly. Hold on. I'm on the clock. Let's go with, I guess, Darren Waller here. I'm not a huge fan of Darren Waller. Let's go to the unicorn screen.
He is a unicorn.
Call into the show. Call
It's $360. $360 tonight. What an absolute monster. Highest super chatter of the month, Christopher Smith, $360. Do I have that right, Chris? Did I get anything wrong? Maybe I added it wrong. So when you call into the phone line, call into the Christopher Smith phone line, which is open at the moment, by the way. So if anybody wants to call into the Christopher Smith phone line, look at this real quickly. I got the second highest projection of the week, according to the after the fact projections by Underdog. The team is Hurts, McCaffrey, Breece Hall, Devontae Smith, Ridley, and Darren Waller. Let's jump into one more. There's a big YouTube delay at this point in the show, like 15 seconds. So as soon as I see the green button, hit it now. Hit it now. Jump into the draft right now. Travis, you wait, because we're gonna jump in together if you are planning on jumping in. Once I see the green button on my screen, then that means that's when I'm gonna hit it, or anybody on the phone line can hit it to get into the draft, because there's a 15-second delay or so. So hold on 1 second. Wait patiently, Travis. Everybody should have already hit that button by now. Let's see here. Here it is. Boom. I'm in. Battle Royale Week 8. I keep saying determine your location. Hold on. I got to turn on airplane mode real quick. I don't know why it doesn't hold my location right now. It might be a little error that they have on Underdog, so hang tight. Anybody else experiencing that right now? It's really weird. Okay, and then it lets me enter it, though, as soon as it collects my information. Okay, one more spot to go, and we got... Hold on, let me get this phone call on here. 702 caller, who is this, and where are you calling from? What's your name? (702), what's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your name, bro? Every time you call, you don't talk. What is going on with that?
No, this is my first time actually calling.
Oh, really? Okay. It must be the same area code. Okay. So what's your name, bro? You're from Vegas. What's your name?
Yo, it's Jake.
No, you're Jake from Vegas?
From Vegas.
Jake, okay. Jake, what can I do for you?
All right, I got a couple of questions. So for Barkley, yeah? So what's a good trade for right now for Barkley? What's an open market for him? Like, what am I looking at?
Are you from Canada?
What was that?
Are you from Canada?
No, I'm not from Canada.
Oh, okay. Just I thought you said what something that sounded a little like. What are we doing for Barkley? Yeah. It's just I'm trying to pick up like where you've lived. Have you traveled? Sometimes I try and do.
I've been all over the place. You know what I mean? I've been all over the place. I've been around like in the islands, the Asia,
Attaboy.
U.S., all over the continent.
Well traveled, my boy Jake. Well traveled. You like Vegas? How much you like?
I'm in Vegas right now.
How much do you like Vegas? What's your favorite place you've lived?
Oh man, favorite probably. Dude, I gotta probably say like Hawaii, maybe.
Yeah.
Like Hawaii.
This guy's been all over the place. This guy living large, living the dream. All right, hit me with your question, bro. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Hit me with your question.
So I got a question mark on my Barkley, right? And I'm looking to maybe trade him, but what are the market am I looking at for him? Like, what should I be expecting? Or what's a good market for him?
Barkley, I would say, if we look at this buy low list that I've got here for the week, these are all the players that I think are the best buy lows for week number 8. And if I close this real quick, if anybody wants to get in on these drafts, you go to Underdog Fantasy using promo code Smitty, or use the link that's pinned in the live chat, or the link that's in the description of every video, or code Smitty. You definitely want to get in, but I would say here's the buy low list. The buy low list includes, so you're talking about Barkley. You could go straight across for Taylor. You could probably give up a little bit and get Cooper Kupp. You could probably trade for Bijan straight up. You could probably get Eckler in some cases straight up, or give a little bit. You could probably get Breece Hall straight up, or maybe do some kind of 2 for 2. You could probably get Achane and Ridley, Achane and Devontae Smith. You could probably get Aaron Jones in a Ridley, or Aaron Jones and a Devontae Smith. There's a ton of options for you. And hold on 1 second, bro. We got another $50 hauler. Just hang tight 1 second, okay? And another $50 hauler from Christopher Smith. He doesn't want to let up. This man does not want to stop. And I'm on the clock as well. I'm going to go ETN here, who's on fire. I'm going to go Alvin Kamara or Breece Hall. Do I go Alvin Kamara or Breece Hall? Guys, on the phone line. We got the Giants for Breece Hall. We got Kamara against the Colts. Both great matchups.
I think Breece is going off this weekend.
Let's go Breece. Okay. So my team so far is Travis Kelce, ETN, and Breece Hall. Pretty good. But what?
So any one of them.
Yeah. Okay. Hang tight. Let me get to this real quick. Hold on 1 second, guys. Mute real quick on the phone line, just real quick, Jake and Travis. Hold
on. He is a unicorn.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
$410 tonight. Christopher, do I have that correct? Do I have that? Do I have the amount correct? I mean, the guy owns the phone line for all. I don't think anyone's gonna knock him off. I don't think Ron Navy can knock him off. That's $410 he's dropped tonight in Super Chats. He owns the phone line. When you call in, this is what I say.
Call into the show.
Call into the Christopher Smith phone line through the month of October and November. I don't think anyone's knocking this man off the totem pole. Christopher, absolute monster. And real quickly, Amy asked the question, PPR, who do we play? 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. Okay, so you're going Barkley and Gibbs. Monty's out. So 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers, right? So your 2 wide receivers are going to be Kyron's out for running back. You got probably Pickens and Thielen are your safe wide receiver plays. And then it comes down to Foreman or Downs or London because you got Pickens and Thielen in. You could go Rice as well. I probably go Downs. So Thielen, Pickens, Downs, Barkley, Gibbs, Tua, and obviously Laporta. Waiver wire, I don't think any of those guys are knocking anybody off. Eckler guy is sleeping. I don't know what that's referring to in terms of like your... the trade. Yeah, I hope you get that trade pulled off. Man, Laporta for Eckler is what Amy was going to do. You're going to trade Laporta and get Eckler. Please tell me if you get that. We're going to celebrate it. Hit the moonshot. You got him button. Take a lap button. Everything. Send him to planet Uranus. But you got to pick up Kyler Murray. You have to pick up Kyler Murray. I would drop, I guess, Deontay, or maybe Palmer or Deontay Johnson. Probably. Who do you guys drop, Deontay or Palmer for Kyler? You got to pick up Kyler though for trade bait alone. Even, maybe you can send. Maybe you send Kyler and maybe this guy sleeping with that has Eckler on the trade block. The guy that's asleep right now. Maybe he needs a quarterback, and you throw Kyler into the deal. You give Kyler and Laporta for Eckler. Now all of a sudden this isn't even vetoable. Like that sounds like a great trade actually. Like, don't you guys agree? Kyler and Laporta sounds arguable, whereas Laporta for Eckler sounds like a veto trade. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would. I don't know if you just mentioned something about Deontay. Deontay pulled his hammy again, I guess.
Cut Deontay. But you know what I'm saying, Amy? You trade Kyler and you trade. And I'm not even saying give Kyler for free if you don't need to, but I'm just saying that makes him kind of like pushes it over the edge a little bit. Okay, let me finish with Jake real quick. Jake, what do you got here? I'm sorry about the delay.
Yo, what's up? I'm still here.
Okay.
So with the Kyler thing, I do have Kyler in my IR at the moment. I had him since week 2. No one picked him up, and I knew he was eventually coming back. And I think his stock is going to really sky up as soon as he comes back. So is Marquise Brown. So I'm kind of looking for Marquise Brown added to the mix with Saquon Barkley for a trade, but I'm not really sure if I should keep on to him or look for a trade. Should I just hold on to him and see if he's going to actually play out well? He's going to win me some fantasy points.
I mean, definitely try and get rid of him if you can. If you can't, then you can't. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you can't, but like just always poke around and see what you can get done. I think Kyler right now to the QB needy team, and if Kyler does end up getting the start. The team that needs a quarterback, what if they go ahead and make another move and you don't have the opportunity to trade with them anymore because they're so desperate they go out and get somebody, or they trade some stupid move away and now they got no more trade value to even offer. So I would definitely explore it, especially once he's announced he's going to start because he's no longer on the injury report. That doesn't guarantee him to start, but it's a very good sign. So tomorrow, when we probably hear Kyler's a go, we'll probably do a breaking news show, and you could probably easily get some sort of like upgrade somewhere, massive wide receiver upgrade, massive running back upgrade. You'll want to use Kyler as a 2-for-1 move, like Kyler and this player to get the better player, the one singular better player.
So Kyler Murray is more like an added bonus.
Yeah, he's great. He's icing on the cake type of move. You could always do a very creative 2-for-2. Those work really well as well. Meaning like, who's your quarterback?
My quarterback is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, so you don't need a quarterback. So like Kyler and let's call it, I don't know, let's just say you trade away a Thielen. Like Kyler and Thielen. And you this way you can get that one player you want, like Achane, but now you can also get a very doubted like Devontae Smith or Ridley or something like that thrown in. You know what I mean? So 2 for 2s work really well because you can kind of go after a player like Achane that you can't afford to really trade. Like if you traded Thielen and Kyler away for Achane, which I would do, by the way, but that leaves you with nothing right now. Whereas if you do a 2 for 2, you can get that very doubted player they have that you kind of like Ridley or Devontae Smith, and you still get your Achane. So the 2 for 2s are almost just as good.
I see. I need to win games now. I need to make some trades now. I can't wait 2 other games. But we'll see how this goes. I'm looking for either to keep on Saquon Barkley or trade him off.
Perps, you got a nice little. I'll put this back on screen here. We're doing a draft right now. Perps got the highest score projected. Mahomes, Bijan, DeAndre Swift, Jamar Chase, Adam Thielen, and Evan Ingram. 87 projected points. I got 84.7. My team is Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Breece Hall, Puka Nacua, Jordan Addison, and Travis Kelce. The next highest score was 84.9 by Mike. There's Mike's team. Looks really good, Mike. 83 from Hill. It's a good team. Let's do one more. Click the Battle Royale Week 8 as soon as I see the green button on my screen on the YouTube Live, because I'm about 18 seconds ahead right now by the time we get a couple hours in. And as soon as I see that, I'm going to punch the green button. Anybody on the phone line wants to join in, just hit the green button when I say that I'm hitting it. So it's going to be a few seconds here. All right. Hey, thank you, Jake. We'll see you later, pal. Call in tomorrow.
All right, Smitty. Hey, thanks for having me.
All right. Travis, you got anything else?
Yeah, well, real quick, Chase is off the hook. He's in Iraq doing some contracting work with the military. So the latest update on Charbonnet came through when he was sleeping. So it's 7 a.m. over there right now. So
Okay.
He actually is off the hook.
All right. We'll let Chase is doing good work over there in Iraq, and so we need to give him a little leeway. Sorry for blasting you there, Chase. But be careful in the chat, because people can like go make a move, based on that. So if somebody says, "Hey, Charbonnet's out," and you don't know that he's out, that could be, somebody could go out and make a weird move like on the fly. So you got to be a little bit careful of that, my broskies. Okay, so I'm the one pick here, 48 seconds. All right, Travis, appreciate you, man. Call it tomorrow.
Can I just ask one thing real quick?
Yeah.
Would you rather stash Henderson or Jeff Wilson?
Jeff Wilson, but it's close.
Okay.
It's close.
All right, thanks, Rudy. I'll talk to you later.
All right, later. All right, phone lines are closed for the moment. Actually, let's handle this real quick. 941 caller. Where are you calling from? What's your name? 941. What's going on?
Hey, so I have a quick question. You mentioned that you want me to pick up Murray, but the guy who wants Eckler, wouldn't he pick up Murray since he's on the waiver wire anyway?
Well, I mean, I guess he could, yeah. But if he's not astute enough, like if you've got the higher pickup or more fab dollars, like some of that, comes into play. So I guess it does depend on that. Like if he's got a higher waiver claim, then sure, he might say, "Hey, I could have picked him up last night." That's a good point. But I just think that a lot of people sleep at the wheel, and sometimes you can make a really solid pickup and then throw that player in. And what I'm also trying to say is, like, if let's say he wasn't thinking, he didn't pick him up, and what's the quarterback situation look like for that team?
He's let me look quickly. Just give me a second. I mean, he's got a great team. Let me just look. Wait a minute. Sorry, it's gonna give me a second. I just gotta get on my team.
Hey, Christopher dropping another $20 hauler. I'm gonna get to that in 1 second. Christopher, appreciate you.
He's insane. I mean, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's been
okay. He's got Hurts. He's got ETN, Kamara. I mean, he's got an amazing team.
He doesn't
Waddle,
need. I was just saying. I was just bringing that up in case it helped. But I mean, how does he think that's a good move, Eckler for Laporta? Are you sure that's what he's offering?
Yeah. Okay. So this is what happened. Yeah, because I said he's got somebody on his team. It's kind of like, you know. So I'll tell you the conversation. Let me just get to my message. I said, hey, let me know if you're up for trading. My team may need some help. And then I said, hey, you want to trade my Laporta? Who do you want? So I played dumb and just said, not sure. Who are you willing to part with? And he's like, I'll give you Ridley. And I'm like, So I kind of played dumb a little bit.
Yeah.
He seems to be struggling. And then he said, then I mentioned HN, and then he said, tell me what you want to trade for, and I'll look at it. And then I said, well, how about Ridley for Laporta? And I said, okay. And then it was like, he went to bed. I mean, it was late.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get that done. If you got to throw in something more, I'd do it. And if, let's say, he backed out, I still think like Laporta for, you've got Kincaid, or who's your other tight end?
I don't have another one. That's what I was going to ask you. That's what I was calling in too, is like, who do I pick up? And then if I get rid of Laporta, but also, because it'll probably happen tomorrow.
Is Kincaid
and
available?
Then, you're saying pick, no, he's gone.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing is no matter what, no matter if I've got to go like cellar dweller, shopping for a tight end, I'm doing that if it means I'm trading Laporta for Eckler. Now, given you have no tight end option to replace Laporta, the very strong one, Logan Thomas might be out there.
On there. Musgrave.
Yeah, Musgrave's good. Musgrave will be really good. Trading Laporta for Ridley may not be as fun of an option as I was thinking it would have been if you had like a player already. But Musgrave's pretty good. Musgrave is super athletic and fast and has a lot of upside. And once we get Christopher, appreciate you. Once we get this ball rolling with Aaron Jones in the offense, I do think Musgrave and Watson and Love all kind of get back on track. So, but yeah, try and get that done. And if you got to give up a little more to get Eckler with Laporta, like I don't know who are your wide receivers?
My wide receivers are Collins, Thielen, Pickens. Downs, London.
If I've got to give up a Downs, I would do that. Like throw Downs and Laporta for Eckler. It also might eliminate
He needs a tight end. That's the only thing he's suffering in.
Yeah, but I'm saying Laporta and Downs for Eckler. I'm just saying it might eliminate a veto. Because honestly, a lot of leagues that have vetoes would veto the Eckler for Laporta trade. So.
Okay.
You might.
So you said to pick up Murray, but my thing about Murray is that I have like T-Law and Tua, but my thing is I feel like I don't know what I get rid of.
If you traded Downs, you would have an open spot, and then you could pick up Murray. I just think it's a good move because Murray might be better than T-Law. Like, I'd probably pick up Murray over T-Law. Murray scores like 20 points a game fantasy-wise every time he plays football. So, while he's a little bit of a question right out of the gate in week number 8, if he plays, it's still a fantastic maneuver.
Do I drop T-Law?
If you have to, but I would try and make that Downs trade. If you got to do the thing tonight, like pick up Kyler tonight, then yeah, I would probably drop T-Law. You could always pick T-Law back up.
Yeah, I feel like someone's going to pick him up if I don't pick him up.
Yeah, you got to take Kyler. Kyler's better.
And then I'll just, do I play him over Tua?
No. Tua's a good play.
Okay, so I wait.
Yep, just wait.
All right.
Yeah, go cool. and throw in Downs, though. Just, you could even say it like this. Go, hey, I got it. And you can even, use a little psychology. Just say something along the lines like this. You could say, and I don't know if you're talking on the phone or whatever, but you just say, hey, I kind of need to make an ad drop. Even if you've already done it, just you could say it like this. I kind of need to make an ad drop. Do you want Downs in the deal? That's pretty good throw-in. And then it just might make them be like, yeah. And just like inch him toward doing it. Whereas if you're like, are we doing the deal? And he's like, I don't know, let me think about it. But if you're like, hey, I kind of need to pick up somebody. Do you want me to give you Downs? And he'd be like, Downs is going off. Sure, I'll take Downs. All right, good job.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right.
Have a good night.
Yep.
Bye.
Scuba, what's up?
Hey, Smitty, what's going on, man? I wanted to kind of two questions, but because you were talking about Kyler Murray, I wanted to ask you. So say if he comes back either this week or next week, because I do have him stashed. How do you who's to pick up on the offense besides? Because I mean, Hollywood Brown is rostered in all leagues. Who's the next guy that you think that would be good? Because I mean, he's definitely going to be a substantial.
I'll be honest, Scuba. I'm not following what you're saying here. Who's the next guy?
Who's a good who's the next man that'd be pretty good besides Hollywood Brown out of Rondale Moore, Trey McBride? What's the offense gonna look like that any of those other guys playable or
I mean, Michael Wilson's the next best receiver, but I would say McBride, Michael Wilson, and Hollywood. Yeah, Rondale Moore's okay for sure.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Because the league that I'm asking about is I do have Kyler Murray, and I am I feel like I'm kind of thin at receiver. Because I have Garrett Wilson more, and I know Addison stepping up, and my backup would be Michael Thomas. But I mean, I also have Curtis Samuel that I could drop if anything, to pick up. A Michael Wilson or a Rondale Moore, one of those guys to stash.
I like Wilson. I like Wilson the most. McBride and Wilson are going to be the benefactors after Hollywood.
Okay.
All right, broski.
And just gonna ask you, cause I have Kenneth Walker and I picked up Charbonnet. If Kenneth Walker ends up not playing, do you think that Charbonnet could have a good game against the Browns, or is that something that you just want to
Of course he could. Of course he could. Do I think it's the best matchup? No. They destroyed Christian McCaffrey, but what we've learned before is that what we've seen happen with one team doesn't necessarily happen with the next matchup, and we got to be careful not to just sit Charbonnet. But it depends. If you got a Deontay Foreman sharing carries with Roshan in a 50-50 divide, I'd rather go Charbonnet lonesome against the Browns, but it's certainly case by case. But let's go ahead and play it by ear on Walker. Everybody jumping the gun. We had a couple of people in here saying that Charbonnet was out, or at least one, and then a couple other people repeating it, and that wasn't true. Walker's not out, and I think everybody's saying Walker, if he doesn't play, everyone's kind of spreading panic on Walker. We don't know that Walker's out. We got to wait.
I just think it's because it's the two DMPs, and it's with Seattle, we don't really know how their injury reports work. Because I mean, even DK Metcalf, how he was they said that he was just monitoring his injuries, and he still ended up going in. I mean, I guess you just have to wait till the game. I guess like you're saying.
Well, just wait till a little bit more into the week. We'll know a little bit more. Status tomorrow, did not play 2 times in a row, calf injury. Let's see here. Second straight day, Walker. I look, I mean, if you're worried about it at all and you're the Seattle coaching staff, you're going to just play it as safe as you can. And we'll know probably tomorrow or Saturday, and then it'll be very clear. So anybody that has Walker has Charbonnet, and they should know, they'll know what to do. It's not going to be a huge surprise. And anybody that has Walker and not Charbonnet, that's take a lap material.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'll let you know those options if I have to make a decision like that.
All right, Scuba. Appreciate you later. Okay. Look at this, 90.7. I don't think I've ever gotten a 90 projection. I forgot what my team was. I got Hurts, McCaffrey, Kamara, Olave, Ridley, Hawkinson. I didn't even realize what I drafted, to be honest. I just kept taking the best player available. Perfect example of what best player available can do to your mindset. Just every time I'm on the clock, best player available. I didn't even know what I drafted. That team is the highest draft I've ever had. Let's go ahead and jump in one more. Click the Battle Royale Week 8, 5th card on the Underdog carousel there. As soon as I see the green, I think I'm going to have to, every time it's making me do this, I gotta turn airplane mode on and go back off just to reset my so that it can recapture my location. I guess I don't know what's going on with that. I'm in Arizona, so it's good to go, but for whatever reason, as soon as I see the green button on my screen here on the live, I'm going to pull it over. Let's go to these super chats. We got, man, here we go. Hit the green button, get in. I don't know what's going on here. I'm in the correct location. Let me draft. Let me draft. Let me draft. There we go. 2 more to start. Board view so everybody can watch. Christopher with another... Christopher, how many did I miss? Did I miss another one by Christopher? I think that's another 20, which means the phone line... He owns the phone line through November.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
All right. Phone line's probably going to be closed, but I'm going to put this 4:30. Christopher, highest super chat. He's almost the highest super chatter of the year, by the way. Which, Christopher, I'm not trying to get you to do more. Like, you've already done enough, and I don't want you to feel pressured. But $600, I think, is the top super chatter of the year. Which is right here. Biggest super chat of the 2023 season. 600, and you get your own emoji. And it could be like, it could say Chris on it. And it's in the one of the list of emojis that everybody uses with the YouTube exclusive membership. You'd have your own emoji on the channel. I'm just letting you know. You don't have to do it. I just want you to know that is kind of in reach for you. Please don't drop what you don't have, though. You know, I appreciate just thumbs up and $5.20. Like, you guys are amazing. Christopher, you're to the moon, bro. Christopher, to the freaking moon.
To the moon.
Absolutely unbelievable. All right, I'm on the clock here. Travis Kelce, I'll go Christian McCaffrey. Kind of tempted to go Tyreek Hill. I'm going to go McCaffrey again. Kittle for Higgins and Spears. I would rather have Higgins and Spears if you've got King and Musgrave. A-Rod, appreciate you. Should I trade Monty and Devontae Smith or Monty and Kirk for Breece Hall? Monty and Devontae Smith or Monty and Kirk for Breece Hall. I would trade Monty and Kirk. I would not trade Devontae Smith. And Jefferson. Well, actually, you're trading Monty and Devontae Smith or Monty and Kirk for Breece Hall, Justin Fields. I thought it was JJ. Yeah, I would do the Kirk one. I wouldn't do the other one. 2 QB. Yeah, 2 QBs. The only problem with 2 QB is, like, you're thinking, oh, it's a 2 QB league. I got to do this, right? Well, you don't know if Fields is even going to be the starter. So, would you start Kyler Murray in his first game back if it's week 10 against the Falcons? Would have to drop Jordan Love to pick up Murray? Yes, I would. But I think he probably plays this week. This will be his first week back. I think. We're not sure yet, though. $5 hauler right here from Mr. I don't know how you say that name. $4.99 hauler, 12-team PPR, 3 and 4. Appreciate you, Mister. Kyler, Bijan, Kamara, Roshan Sharps, Amon-Ra, Waddle, Higgins, Pittman, Watson, Kincaid. Hold. What to do at flex? Let's go Kamara here. This is a good team. I think you've got some potential trade value in maybe Amon-Ra to divide and conquer. I don't know that it's necessarily the move you have to make, but if you feel like you need to make some sort of divide and conquer move, it certainly is not a bad idea to use Amon-Ra to get that doubted Olave, that doubted potential Devontae Smith type player with an additional either bump or extra player like Achane. I would, with teams like yours, I oftentimes say go get Achane using St. Brown and get Achane and then get another doubted wide receiver like Devontae Smith, Olave, Lamb. Lamb's not as doubted though. Achane and Ridley's a little risky for for Amon-Ra St. Brown, but it's something you could explore if you wanted to. It's certainly a lot riskier. This team is good enough to win, though, so I don't really want you to force anything. I'd rather you do that Achane Devontae. Like, I don't know what the Achane owner has, but that's the move to make with this team. I oftentimes tell people with your squad, with your build, it's Achane, Breece Hall, or JT. One of those 3 running backs with the wide receiver if they have Olave or Devontae Smith, or maybe Ridley, depending on which running back it is. That's what I do with St. Brown if I'm you. Otherwise, I hold. $10 hauler. Got offered CMC for Hurts, Goddard, and Devontae Smith. I have Kincaid and Kyler. I would take CMC in this situation, maybe. It's a lot of value, though, but given your replacement value, your lineup goes up. So, very hard trade to do, though. And you're certainly giving this person maybe more value than you're getting, but it's helping your lineup easily as much. It's just you're giving them a whole lot of talent. That's tough. I'd almost try and give him Kyler, though, instead of Hurts. I know they probably want the stack, but that's tough. I mean, does anybody disagree? Would anybody rather have the Hurts, Goddard, Devontae Smith side or the CMC side? And maybe you get something small thrown in that you value that they don't really care about, you know, like a Ridley. People are throwing Ridley in like he's nothing into deals. Perps with a $2 hauler. Smitty win. Oh, I'm on the clock here. Hold on. Go Devontae Smith. Perps or Smitty with the monster draft. Appreciate you, Perps, dropping that super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, that I've never had a 90 this in the past. I don't think I've ever had a 90 projection on Underdog. Not that projection is everything, but it's weird that I've never had a 90 score before on this. I've always had around an 84, 85, sometimes an 87 if I'm ranked like the highest, but I've never seen a 90. That was a good team too. Let's go with the good old Burrow move here. I'm liking the squad so far. So far, I've got Burrow, McCaffrey, Kamara, Puka, Devontae Smith. Feeling pretty good about that. Ivan, appreciate your super chat. Ivan says Hollywood with Kyler, Ridley, or Devontae Smith rest of season. Devontae Smith. Then I think Ridley, then Hollywood. And look, that could go either way. Those are 3 very close calls. Can I get the chat vote on that one because it's so close? Ridley, Devontae Smith, Hollywood. Please rank those wide receivers rest of season. It's a really good question. $5 hauler Kincaid was dropped. Scoop him up and replace Jonnu. Yeah, Riviera, without putting salt in the wound, man, but this should have been done before the game. Like, we literally did a Kincaid video earlier, yesterday, today, and just ramped it up like for like 2-3 days. Where you been, Riviera? I mean, Jonnu Smith, nowhere near what Kincaid's value is. I know it's rubbing salt in the wound. I'm sorry, I don't mean to like do that, but you got to do that. I mean, you should have did it already. You definitely have to do it now. Definitely go get him, and drop a full load drop on it. Essentially, you know, you got to drop your entire fab on that bad boy. Stacked with Allen, and Kincaid was dropped, scooped him up, and replaced. Oh, you already did it. Thank God. I was reading that wrong. You already did it. To the moon. My bad. I thought you were telling me, you were asking me, should you do it? Good job, bro. 86 point. These are all really close teams. This is the top team here from hockey. Lamar, Raheem Mostert, JT. Good job. Superfish here. What did Superfish get? 80 point projection. Hurts, ETN, Adam Thielen, Jordan Addison, Nico, and Goddard. I like that Superfish. Perps with the good one here. T-Law, Bijan, Swift, AJ Brown, Chase, Hawkinson. I like that a lot. Ricky's team. Nice looking Ricky. And who else did I not review? This one. Bird. We got Mahomes, Pollard, Pacheco, Cooper Kupp, Garrett Wilson, Kittle. Really good. Let's do one more. Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Smitty. They'll match up to $500 in your first deposit. They'll double your first deposit up to $500 by using code Smitty. Using the link in the live chat that I pinned, or the link in the description of the video, or just using code Smitty will give you that up to $500. It could end at any moment. It'll go back to $100. So you have to do it now. Limited time. It could end right now. So up to $500, double your first deposit. Hit that green button now. I knew it was going to do this, so I thought I'd hit it now just to test it. Why every time? Why every time? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Riviera, congrats on that trade. I'm sorry if I misread your question. $10 hauler gets a moonshot. Appreciate you knowing. Christopher, are you still here? I want to thank you again, pal. Why are you the GOAT? Also, why are you the GOAT? I don't know that I am the GOAT. That's not up for me to decide, nor do I think I am. I think that, you know, you guys are the GOATs, man. You guys make the channel. Without you guys, I'm nothing. I'm a zero. Also, Bijan or Breece Hall in Dynasty, I'm going to go Bijan, but very, very close. And JJ or Hill in Dynasty is JJ by 100,000 miles because Hill's older. But in redraft, I would say, you know, probably still Hill because JJ's hurt and you got more games with Hill. So, but Bijan Hall, it's preference, my man. Espinoza with a super chat here. $5 hauler. I'm 3-4, full PPR. Hurts, CMC, Pollard, Smith, Collins, Deontay, Ingram. Bench is Henderson, Madison, D-Hop, DeMarcado. Need to make a trade at flex because of Deontay. Yeah, Deontay's... I don't like Deontay at all. Hurts, CMC, Pollard, and Smith is really good. Collins, you're actually really decent. I'd probably put Hopkins in at flex. I don't know. The only move I would make if I'm you, and I don't think I make it. I think your team's good enough. You just wait on Hurts and Smith to connect. Oh, I'm gonna time out here. Let's go Tyreek Hill in this one. Great team. That's a great team. I would hold. I'd try my best to trade like Hopkins and Henderson for like a Cup. I mean, Cup had a bad game. People are freaking out. I'd try to get Cup. Trade, and even if you had to trade Ingram and you go light tight end shopping, you go commando, as we say. And getting Kincaid was commando. That was going commando because he was out there free and he was cheap. And you know, you get rid of your big tight end and you go commando style. That's the way we do it here on the channel. So, like, if you could get rid of Ingram and get rid of maybe what was I even saying? Hopkins. I mean, I don't think you're going to get it. But Ingram, Hopkins, and Henderson, try for the biggest wide receiver you can get. No one's going to necessarily give out Kamara, but I mean, not Kamara, Cup. But I've seen people get rid of Cup for that cheap, though. It's not common, but I've seen it done. But try for the biggest wide receiver you can reach for using. Try Hendy and Hopkins, and you could go after Lamb. You're going to miss on St. Brown, but you could try. You throw in Ingram, maybe get St. Brown. Diggs off the bat, the mediocre game, which a lot of people are going to be disappointed. He didn't score and everything. They're going to be judging him and critical, even though he had a pretty good game. Ron Navy with 10 gifted memberships. Ron Navy, appreciate you. Ron Navy to the moon. Yeah, I'd probably say like St. Brown, Diggs, Henderson, Hopkins, and Evan Ingram, or Collins, Hopkins, Evan Ingram, like something along those lines. Espinoza, I think those probably get it done for you. Bryson with the Pollard, Mike Evans for Tyreek. What about Achan as well? Espinoza, go after Achan using Henderson and Hopkins. That would be phenomenal. Pollard, Evans for Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill. Best player in the deal. I'd do it live. That's a really, really decent trade. You know, you're giving up good value, but that's a move I would make for sure. On the clock here, I've got so far, I got Tyreek Hill. I timed out on Hurts. I was going to try and do a certain build. We'll go Kamara. So Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Hurts, and Alvin Kamara. Who to get for Kincaid and Madison? Have Hawkinson. Who to get for Kincaid and Madison? Kincaid and Madison. Cup, Olave, Lamb, Achane, JT, Aaron Jones, to name a few. Thank you for your super. Christian McCaffrey for Kelsey and Myers. I'd rather have Christian McCaffrey. Myers isn't enough to move the needle, man. I like him. I'm not saying he's garbage, but that's not a needle-moving player. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here for the night. I think hit that thumb up button on your way out the door. Appreciate everybody here. We're almost done with this draft. It's going to cycle around here in a second. And please use code Smitty, Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. They'll double your first deposit up to $500 for a limited time. That could end this very second and go back to $100. So use your deposit amount, your first deposit amount wisely, because if you do 100, they'll give you 100. You do 400, they'll give you 400. You do 500, they'll give you 500. You do 700, they'll give you 500. They'll give you up to $500, double your first deposit. This one from Z, $9 hauler, $10 hauler, gets a moonshot. Appreciate you, Z. Happy PR, Hertz, CMC, K9, Achane, very good team. Waddle, Hollywood, Deontay Johnson, James, Jordan Addison. Okay, so you got Addison, Hollywood, and Waddle. They're pretty crafty wide receivers, but I would say definitely give up Brian Robinson. I'd leave everything else, to be honest with you. I would give up Brian Robinson to try and upgrade, like Brian Robinson and Waddle, Brian Robinson and Hollywood, and just like Devonta Smith, Olave, St. Brown, Lamb. Just go through the gauntlet. And would I trade like Deontay? I mean, you got Kittle and Kincaid. I would go to the tight end needy teams and see if they've got like an Olave, Lamb. You know, even Ridley would be tempting in this situation, like Kittle for Ridley. You know, something like that, because you have two tight ends. I feel like that. I feel like it's just smart business. Jalen Hurts. Let's go Mostert. And let's go with God, I hate that I don't have the entire. Let's go Devontae Smith here. So the team is Jalen Hurts, Kamara, Mostert, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Smith. I'm liking it. Bryson with the $20 hauler. Let's go, Bryson.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 super chat. $20 super chat.
Alert. Super chat alert.
You guys are getting me in good shape here. Bryson, $20 hauler. Appreciate you. Moonshot for being a monster here late at night. Pollard or Ridley? I don't know what Abe's saying, but Pollard and Ridley. I don't know if that's a trade. Obviously Pollard. If it's both, I don't know what the question is. But PPR 10-man 3 and 4. Burrow, Eckler, Pollard, Hall, Olave, Ridley, Mike Evans, Kincaid. Achane on IR. Kyler Murray. Trading Pollard, Evans for Tyreek. Yeah, you got the depth to do it. It's not. I mean, it's not a bad trade on either side. It's not a bad hold, but I would probably say get rid of Evans. He's older, gets banged up. Baker goes down. What then? I like the move. Go get Tyreek. I like it. Bryson, appreciate you with the super chat. Your team's phenomenal. I mean, Eckler, Breece Hall, Tyreek Hill, Olave, Ridley, Mike Evans will be gone. Burrow, really good team. Achane coming back. I mean, that's why you can afford to do the Pollard move. Unbelievable squad. Thank you, Z. Appreciate you for your super chat, your $9 hauler. I need to upgrade wide receiver. Okay, I got that one out of the way. No, did I get Nolan's super chat? What are we talking about there, Nolan? Nolan with the 10. Appreciate you your 10 wad, bro. Start Waddle, Kirk, Addison. I'm starting Addison. Sherman Nolan. Start one, Addison, Kirk, or Waddle. Probably Addison. He's just on fire. Like, how can you sit him, Manny? Thank you, Nolan. Appreciate you. Laughing Banana dropping a $2 hauler. Laughing Banana. Appreciate you. First super chat ever. Angelo says, I don't understand the Kyler hype. Dude has 65 QB rating in the last 5 years. Because in fantasy, he scores like 20 points a game. Laughing Banana dropped a $2 hauler, then an additional $2 hauler with a question. Start JT or Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's safer, but JT is a little bit higher risk, higher reward, I think. Nolan, it's okay, bro. It was funny. I'm just joking with you. Nolan Mendoza to the moon. Nolan.
To the moon.
I was just trying to figure out what you were saying at first, and I'm like, man, my mind is. I got the highest scoring team again. Jalen Hurts, Kamara, Mostert, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Smith, Kittle. Oh, I timed out on Kittle too. I didn't even mean to do that. All right, that's it for me for drafts. I'm done for the night. Appreciate everybody being here. Nolan, I appreciate you. I'm sorry I didn't even pick up on it right away what you were even saying. I'm like, what is he writing here? Would you rate my team and only work is better wide receiver? I don't know what that means. Let me pull up your team. Hold on, bro. And Bryson, you've been dropping a lot of super chats tonight. I appreciate you, man. Bryson's the man. Rate your team. I mean, I'd rate your team getting Tyreek like a 8.5, 9 out of 10. It's a really good team, especially with Achane back. My team and only work is better wide receiver. I don't know what that comment means, but I like your team a lot. I think your receivers will be great. I mean, Hill, Olave, Ridley is fantastic. You're gonna be fine. And once Achane comes back, you're like a 9 out of 10 when Achane's back. You know, you're 9 or 8.5 and 9 out of 10 just because you have Achane, and he's on his way, bro. You know what I mean? You got 2 weeks of him being out, and then boom, he's back, baby. He's back. Appreciate your super chats. Your team's great. $10 hauler.
To the moon.
Appreciate Jim. Jim, thank you. 8-man Dynasty, PPR, 5-2, QB Mahomes, Eckler, Brees, Waddle, Addison, Kelsey, Devonta Smith, bench Moss, Spears, London, Murray, Achane. Any moves put me over the top. Mahomes, Eckler, Brees is fantastic. Addison, Kelsey. I don't think so. I love Devonta Smith. I actually like Waddle, but would I move Waddle in like Downs or London, or better yet, the Kyler Murray to the weak quarterback owner? That's the only maneuver I could see, Jim. So Kyler Murray and let's say Waddle for somebody's like St. Brown, or you're not going to get Diggs, but you'll swing for Diggs. Waddle. I mean, if you even view Lamb as like an upgrade, you might not. You know, something like that. I like your team a lot, though. I don't know that you need to do anything. You got Achane waiting in the wings, but yeah, I'd exploit Murray and London, Murray and Downs, Murray and Waddle, Murray and maybe that's it. You know, Murray and Addison for like Diggs. Murray and Addison for Kupp, Jim, for Cooper Kupp. I'd do that. Murray and Addison for Cooper Kupp. You could probably get that done. I bet that's doable. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. We're live whenever news breaks. Thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for the amazing, absolute monstrous super chats. Bryson with the $19.99 hauler. Christopher with the 50. Christopher Smith with the 20. Christopher with the 100. G-Money with the 20. Christopher with the 20. Styles with the 50. Christopher 20. Christopher 20. Christopher 50. Christopher 100. This guy's an absolute monster. What is that? It's 150. That's 200. 220. 240. Or 220. 320. 370. Yeah, I know he did. He did 4 bills. Ron Navy with the 20. Ron Navy came in strong earlier tonight, too. Thank you, Ron. Perps with the 20. Ron with the gifted membership as well. Kerry with the 20. Ron with another 20. Hob G with the 50. Styles with the $20 hauler. And I think I'm caught up to G Money with the 20 spot. And then How I Met Calf Your Mother with a 20. Great name. Christopher again with the 50 and so on. Christopher was dropping them all night long. Christopher, you're the man. Thanks again, Styles. Appreciate you. G Money again. Thank you. Absolute monsters. Thanks again, Bryson. Thanks again, everybody. And hit that like button on your way out the door. I'll see you all tomorrow. We're live whenever news breaks. And I'm pretty confident we're going to have a Derrick Henry breaking news show, a Kyler Murray potential breaking news show. And so tomorrow should be pretty busy, I imagine. Go get Dalton Kincaided. Live whenever news breaks. Appreciate you all being here. You guys absolutely rock. 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Live whenever news breaks. See you all tomorrow. Congrats on Kincaid. Punch the thumb up button on the way out the door, says Travis. Thank you to my mod squad. Travis, Sick Nasty, Blackbeard, Vampy in the building. Terry Roberts, if he's here. Anybody else that's in the building that's a mod. Appreciate you.